Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NBA Bit. It's a little Monday morning. It's insane out here. I took the dog out this morning. We got at least 2 feet of snow coming at you sideways. Bonkers. It's bonkers out here. I'm done. I don't want it anymore. I'm not interested. Pass. Pass. The streets are closed. No one's allowed outside. But you know what still fights on? The NBA Bit. If it's your first time here, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Our guy Sneep's having his flu game. Sorry you're not feeling well. And yeah, also anybody in the New England area also struggling. Struggling with the snow. Yeah, 2 feet of snow and 3 NBA games. You hate to see it. Only 3 games tonight. But we get a fun one. We'll talk about the weekend that was. We'll cover some of the weekend action. We'll get into the 3 games tonight. Maybe we'll do a dance. We'll have some fun. Yeah, hopefully no blackouts. I think we survived the blackouts. I think the hardest part, at least on the New York side of things, is over. Snow's supposed to settle down here in the next couple of hours. I think we're done around 1. But last night, the apartment was rocking. And not for those reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just wind. Sanjay Rich in the chat. You got bar exam tomorrow and Wednesday, so I'll be MIA after today. May do a few drafts right at drop for DBQ. Well, hey, man. Good luck. Good luck with the bar exam. Go get some. We got JJL, the GOAT, come to Australia. Summer, mate. Wish we could. But good to see JJL, the GOAT. Let's talk some hoops. Let's get into what this weekend was. Does this feel, in the last couple of years, does this feel the most wide open it's been in a while? I think part of it is Denver is really thin injury-wise. You've got OKC is missing multiple of their rotation, including MVP favorite and J-Dub, who's barely been playing, right? The East, I don't think anybody really buys. I think they buy the Pistons as a really good team. I don't know if they buy them as like a title contender or title favorite. The Celtics, you don't know what you're getting with Tatum. The Cavs are still figuring out. I don't know. It just feels wide open. With only like a month and a half or so left in the season, too. That's the other thing. We're like sprinting here to the finish line. Let's get into some of the stuff. Let's start. Should we work our way back? Let's start with Sunday, and let's do it. We had some of the early games that were on national TV. We can start there. And yeah, we can start with Denver. And, yes, I agree with you, Weisberg. I don't know why no one is talking about this. And I think it's because, or it's not being discussed enough. And maybe it's because they got Jokic back, right? And they survived that stretch of games without Jokic, which is still improbable that happened. But they're missing their 2 best defenders. They're missing Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson, who are their 2 best defenders. They provide some inside presence down low for Jokic. Jokic is really good, handsy, getting steals and blocks, but Gordon is their main defender down there, and Peyton Watson gets the main wing assignment every time. Sometimes guard assignment. So to be without both of those guys, of course they're getting cooked on defense. It is. I think this is one of those scenarios too where you look at the schedule, right? And Golden State has no Steph Curry. This Porzingis thing is crazy. Porzingis, he plays one game. He plays 17 minutes off the bench. I think it was. He looks good too. And then yesterday, just text Steve Kerr when he woke up in the morning. He's like, "Hey, bro, not feeling it today." And he's just not healthy, not 100%. And it truly feels like we might be done. Porzingis might be done after this. Like I don't know how you keep doing this, man. When you just can't stay on the court. But they were without Porzingis, they're without Steph Curry, and it sounds like Steph Curry's going to miss a little bit more time too. And then right before tip, they're like, fuck it, Draymond, you're not going to play either. So this is the starting 5 that cooked the Nuggets for 128 points. Guy Santos, Big Al, DeAnthony Melton, Moses Moody, and Pat Spencer. They also got, look at Pod God. Pod God off the bench, 18, 15, and 9. This was the Pajiki I thought we were getting last season. Big Dick Rich, Will Richard here. He played 30 minutes, had 11 points. Also, I just want to say, DeAnthony Melton, man, if Melton could be healthy and play 35 minutes a game, I think he'd be an all-star. That dude is awesome. Yeah, and that's probably part of it, Weisberg. That I saw those comments from him. We got Stubbs in the chat, Botavine in the chat, and Common Man here letting us know happy birthday to Kling Kong, Pelly Larson, Ron Wiggins, Jamal Murray, and D'Lo. That's fun. But anyways, Golden State, very impressive win, all things considering. Yeah, the ghost of Al Horford balling out, right? Look at Big Al out here knocking down some triples, 6 for 7 from 3, 22 and 7. For Denver, though, look at this. Jokic, 35 points, 20 rebounds, 12 dimes, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. He was insane. But Jamal's cooling off a little bit, 21 points, but nothing else there. CB, 18 and 5. But then after that, man, I mean, Strother cooled off from 3. Cameron Johnson, just 1 for 7, man. All of his points essentially coming from the line. Just not enough help from the rest of the Denver guys. I'm not like, I wouldn't say DEFCON. What's the worst DEFCON? Is it 1 or 5? I think it's got to be 1, right? I don't. Well, either way, we'll say we're DEFCON 3. I'm right in the middle. I'm right in the middle here. I don't think it's like true. I'm not true panic yet because they're still without Aaron Gordon, who it sounds like he's going to be back within the next couple of games. He might be back for Wednesday against the Celtics. If not, then soon. And then Peyton Watson seems like he's 2 weeks away or so. Denver just needs to, stay in the top 4. And everybody not named OKC and San Antonio are losing games right now, as we'll continue to talk about from yesterday. But anyways, impressive win for Golden State, dumb loss for Denver. I'm sure when they saw, man, I'm watching people walk in the street right now, and you can't walk on the sidewalk. People are just walking in the middle of the street. And it is just nightmare fuel out there. Nightmare fuel. Happy National Dog Biscuit Day. Thank you, Snoop Loop. All right, let's keep going here on Sunday action. This game was pretty fun, man. OKC came up and they looked at 40-25 in the first quarter, and it looked worse than that. Cleveland, I think, turned it over 8 times in like the first 13 minutes of the game. It was nuts. And then OKC was watching Cleveland turn it over, and they were like, what if we got involved in this? OKC started turning it over a bunch. Let's look at the final turnover line here. 17 from Cleveland and 16 from OKC. OKC obviously shorthanded. Still no SGA, who sounds like he's going to miss. I think SGA should be back soon. I think he's only missing another game or 2, right? Because they said 1 more week, and that was a Friday. So maybe a couple more games this week and then should be back. J-Dub, and that's as well as AJ Mitchell. J-Dub is going to miss 1 more week after that. Hartenstein, 13 and 7 in this one. He left the game early, did not return, I don't think, right? Or, no, I think they just moved him to the bench and they started Jay Will. I can't remember. Chet Holmgren had 17 and 15 in this one. He was very aggressive. Also had 4 stocks. Isaiah Joe had 22 points. The Dort Report with 12, and then Kayson with 20. Jared McCain, fun, man. Just a fun 16 minutes from him. 10 points, knocked down a couple of threes, getting after it. Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell had 20, 27 and 5. Hard on, 29 and 5. Evan Mobley, man, 2 boards. Yikes. Just yikes. Jared Allen with a double-double, 11 and 13. Cleveland was due for a loss. Cleveland was on an all-time heater. OKC was at home. The crowd was rocking. And it seemed like they kept getting big 3-point makes when they needed. Jay Will started the game 3 for 3 from 3. Didn't hit another one after that. But 21 for 41 from 3. That's crazy business. 51% from the field, while 13 for 39 for the Cavs. But again, Cleveland had been on a heater. Not really concerned. They were due for a loss. That's great. Very Triple J of Evan Mobley there. They were due for a loss there. OKC continued. 30 games over 500, man. And they've not been healthy this entire season. I don't have it in front of me, but how many minutes do you think OKC has played with everybody on their team healthy? Like 5? So as I was saying, opening the show being like, I think there's a little concern here that, not concern, but how like open everything is. And then you look at OKC and they're 30 games over 500. And their guys haven't been healthy. I guess like the one knock against them is like, what if they don't get healthy, But anyways, good win for them. Let's do, I thought there was another good early game. Let's quickly do Toronto and Milwaukee. No Scotty Barnes. He got the night off. Look at Emmanuel Quickly. On the last day of best ball, regular season, he goes for 32 and 9. He picked it up. BI had 22. Sandro, 15 and 4. Colin Murray-Boyles, something to pay attention to. He dropped the 20 minutes here. Jakob Poeltl back into the starting lineup. Didn't do much, but did start and played 26. For the Cucks here in Milwaukee, Ryan Rollins, 21 and 9. KPJ, 21 and 10. Miles Turner, just so bad, bro. So bad. So bad. Toronto gets the win, 34-23. The Bucks, continue to tease that Giannis is coming back, but LOL. Let's do Celtics and Lakers. Who, baby? Peyton Pritchard, man. Peyton Pritchard. You guys see? I mean, it was an offensive foul. They didn't call it, but I don't care. He's too short. He's too short to get called for that. Little push off made Vando hit the ground. Step back triple on him. Peyton Pritchard, 38 minutes, 30 points. Man, he was white hot. White hot from three in this one. 6 for 9. Nice. 10 for 14 from the field. 30 and 8. He has been on an absolute heater since moving back to the bench. JB at 32, 8 and 7. He was awesome, even though it wasn't as efficient. And I got to tell you, one of the things, and it's hard to pay too much attention with the Lakers because Lakers defensively are just ass. But I really like, and I pointed this out on the Celtics Daily, which hasn't come out yet. But the biggest addition of Vooch isn't necessarily saying like. It's not like Nemi is bad. Nemi's still good. He still should be starting, right? But I like now that we're asking Nemi to just play crazy aggressive for 25 to 28 minutes a night. I'm sure there'll be occasions where it's 32 minutes, but he's no longer asked to do the 30 plus, right? Just go out there, protect the rim, grab some boards. And that's what he did. 10 and 12 in this one, 3 blocks in 26 minutes. And then you turn it over to Vooch off the bench. And Vooch only played 21 minutes, and he didn't do anything too crazy. But there was a couple of nice moments, I think. Like, he had 9 and 8 in 21 minutes, 4 for 6 from the field. Didn't even take a three-point attempt. But one of the things that I liked seeing here was there were a couple of times where Vooch sets a screen and rolls a little bit. And they don't have a lot of this, like when it was Garzo or Nemi or whoever it was. Vooch just gets the defender on his back, catch, turn, lays it in. It has a little post action. And you don't need to do that for his entire 26 minutes out there. But just having Vooch, having that tool in your toolbox here to mix it up a little bit, it just makes things a little bit easier. I really do think, and you guys know I don't think Vooch is like an awesome winning player, but when he's asked to be like your 7th guy, and again, with Tatum looming in his return, whoo! I don't know. We'll look at the standings in a little bit, but I'm excited about it. But for the Lakers, man, Marcus Smart, down bad. 22 minutes from him, 0 for 7 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3. Yikes. LeBron James had 25 and 4. Luka Magic, 25 and 5. Austin Reeves, 15 and 7. Dominating sucks. Jackson Hayes got hurt, and that was like actually a problem for them. It's just bad news, man. It's bad news for the Lakers. But it's bad news for everybody in the West right now. We'll talk about some other teams here from the weekend. The really funny quotes after the game where LeBron's like, yeah, I really respect Jaylen Brown's game. Love it. Love everything about him except for what he said about my son, which I forgot about. That was Summer League. That was funny. But anyway, Celtics improve here to 37-19. They've got Western Conference back-to-back. They're 2-0 on this West Coast trip. They've got Phoenix on Tuesday. We'll talk about them in a second. And then Denver on Wednesday. That's a tough little back-to-back here, but neither of those teams are doing well right now. Real quick, we don't have to touch too much on this game. A-Town wins 115-104 over the Brooklyn Nets. This game stayed pretty close here until the fourth quarter where they outscored them by 9. The biggest thing to note here, they went a 3-guard lineup on us. So they moved CJ into the starting lineup. Risache went to the bench. JJ, 26 and 12 here. CJ at 16 and 8. Dyson, 7, 10 and 8 with 3 steals, Nah had 17. And Onyeka 13 and 11. But the minutes there, I know everybody's freaking out about the Onyeka minutes. I'm telling you, it had more to do with foul trouble than anything else. Jock Landale back to his 16 minutes. Zachary Risache played 20. Anyways, they get the win. Brooklyn got Claxton back. He had 15, 8, and 5. MPJ, 18, 7, and 6. Brooklyn sucks. Atlanta's mid. Whatever. Let's move on. Charlotte, after dropping some games, Charlotte finally putting together a W here. And shout out to Washington Wizards, man. They are losing. Just like quickly, look at this. Washington Wizards. Anthony Gill, 31 minutes. Sure. Keyshawn George, he was back, only played 18 minutes. Bilal, 17 minutes. Trey, 19 minutes. It was a lot of Alondas Williams, a lot of Will Riley, and a lot of Anthony Gill. We don't have to talk about stats. That's just what happened. Mella, he had 22. LaMelo Ball. I actually texted this to Magikarp yesterday. I said, if there was ever a LaMelo ceiling game, it's against Washington Wizards defense, and that's what happened last night. Knocked down 10 triples. He was awesome. LaMelo, in 27 minutes, was very in control on the court, not like he is on the roads. 12 for 20 from the field, 10 for 15, had 8 boards and 7 dimes with a steal. Connie Knips went 10 for 18 from the field. He had 28 and 7. I was big 6th round cock energy yesterday. Had a lot of Ryan Kalkbrenner. He got hurt. Got cleared to come back, so he should be good to go. But because the Hornets were cooking the Wiz, he didn't get his last rotation. But he had 6 and 9 with 3 blocks in this one. Good win for Charlotte after dropping a couple of games. They stay 4 games below 500, but finally get a dub. Speaking of finally getting a dub, the Mavericks with no Cooper Flagg kiss those Rookie of the Year Cooper Flagg tickets goodbye. They are gone. They are gone because Dallas is going to try to lose games. And Cooper Flagg is going to rest. Con is still out there cooking. Melo had a triple-double against the Wizards earlier this season. That's what LaMelo does, baby. And I think he helped Matty Harrison keep that streak alive. Matty Harrison just rich. Just absolutely rich. Middleton here got 25 points. Look at Chris Middleton playing 30 minutes in the year 2026 of our Lord. Danny Gafford, 22 minutes. That's what Gaffey does. PJ had 23 and 9. You know what? Let's play the PJ Washington drop. All right. We finally got a good PJ Washington game. Let's play the PJ Washington drop.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
All right, let's go over to Indy here. Spicy P came back, played 29 minutes, had 30 and 8. Welcome back, Spicy P. Jarris Walker, 18, 9 and 6. Nembhard, 22 and 11. This is actually really impressive from Indiana because they were like, you're going to fine us for tanking. Fine. We'll play our guys. They're all going to put up good numbers, and we're still going to lose this game. So take that fine and shove it up your ass, Adam Silver. That's what Rick Carlisle said anyways. Dallas gets their 20th win of the year. Congrats, I guess. Okay, this is a weird one. The 76ers, man, on a back-to-back, no Joel Embiid. I don't know how Minnesota lost this game. Minnesota, every time I try to buy into the Timberwolves, they drop an absolute dookie on us, right? No Naz Reid, no Rudy Gobert. Still, though, that's enough firepower to get by this Philly team who played the night before. Regular season, Randall gave us 18, 3 and 3. Joan Behringer, supposed to be the rookie coming out party. Joan Behringer was just kung fu fighting out there, fouling the fuck out of everybody he could find. He played 17 minutes, had almost as many fouls as points. So he didn't do it. Ant-Man had 28-9, but also had 7 turnovers in this one. And then just didn't get much from the bench. And Philly, on the other hand, man, Maxey just doing everything he can. In 35 minutes, he had 39 and 8. VJ Edgecombe had 24 and 7. Drum Dog Millionaire had 6 and 9. Quentin Grimes gave him 19 off the bench. And again, that's what I was saying. Like, everybody not named San Antonio just taking dookies. Oh, that's right. Common Man. Gamebridge Fieldhouse. I forgot you were there. Hope you had a good time, man. Yeah, Power Duster too. We're going to talk about that game. Sixers losing to the Pelicans. Shout out the You Know Ball podcast. They made their annual trip down to New Orleans, and they started a fire Daryl Morey chant. So they're legends, man. Just legendary crew. We can only aspire to be that community someday. 76ers 31 and 26. Minnesota, whatever. Let's see. Let's do Portland. This was a bad game. Portland was a bad game. 92-77. Denny. Oh, my God. Denny just absolutely ruining lives last night. Denny gets ruled in, right? No, I'm actually, ball greater than sign rights to Ricky. I'm done. I'm done with the Spike Eskin experience. I'm done with it. Portland wins this one 92-77. Denny gets ruled in, right? Questionable all day. Gets ruled in. Plays for 59 seconds. 59 seconds, and then he's like, hey, I can't do this. But it actually doesn't sound serious because he was getting up shots at halftime, so I don't know what the hell that was. Anyways, Drew Holiday was fine, 6, 5, and 7. But look at Kling Kong last night, 23 and 13, 4 blocks and a steal. Tumani had 12 and 10. Phoenix is just, Devin Booker's been missing some time. Yeah, Trillbro dude has gone down there the last couple of years. But anyways, yeah, I Yeah, they were both down there, both pods down there. I don't know. It's a Philly experience like no other. Um, so Dylan Brooks broke his hand. He's going to miss some time. I don't know when Devin Booker's back. They're just out of dudes. Phoenix is out of dudes here. Royce O'Neal played 25 minutes, 0 points. Shout out Royce O'Neal. Colin Gillespie gave us 18, 3 and 3. Nothing really to talk about. Phoenix drops to 33 and 25. Blazers just 2 games under 500 now. Bing bong. Knicks have a big weekend here. They get 2 dubs, and we'll talk about the more important one here, but they barely squeak by the Chicago Bulls. Shout out Josh Giddey, who played both games of the back-to-back. Maybe he's healthy. Cat, 28 and 11. Brunson, 19 and 9. Whatever. They got the W. Yabusele played a double-double, 11 and 13. Josh Giddey, 6 and 6 in his 23 minutes. Nothing to talk about there. But last game of Sunday, the Magic, O-Town, after losing a double overtime game to the Phoenix Suns, they turn around and they beat the Clippers on the road. This was like a pretty big win for them, honestly. They needed it. And a lot of it came from Desmond Bane. 6 for 10 from the line, 4 for 6 from 3. He had 36 and 5. Wendell Carter at 15 and 14. That was impressive. Kawhi was great. In 33 minutes, had 37 points, 8 boards, 4 dimes. Clippers now 3 games under 500. I think the Blazers just got them. Magic 4 games over 500. Let's go to Saturday because this Rockets Knicks game was nuts. And honestly, we've been yelling about firing Jamal Mosley. At some point, we got to talk about like Ime Udoka maybe not being a good coach. Or maybe not being the right coach for this Houston team. Because, Joe Mazzulla, for as weird as he is, remember what Boston was awful at for a very long time? Closing out basketball games. Guess what Houston sucks at? Closing out basketball games. They've had multiple fourth quarter meltdowns this year against good teams, against bad teams. This one was nuts. They get outscored 33-15. The New York Knicks, who famously refused to play defense this season, held the Rockets to 15 fourth quarter points. It was just unbelievable, man. Jaylen Brunson hit some really tough shots down the stretch, but that's inexcusable. 15 points is nuts. Şengün, 16, and then did a Satan line of 6 boards, 6 dimes, and 6 turnovers. Amin Thompson, 12, 10, and 7. KD had 30 on 10 for 26 shooting. Also had 4 turnovers. I mean, how many times did they turn it over? They turned it over 19 times. Knicks only turned it over 11. OG Anunoby played 40 of the 48 minutes. He had 20 points with 4 steals. Cat had 25 and 7 in this one. Brunson, I mentioned, only 12 shot attempts. Shout out Amin Thompson. He had 20 and 6. But, I mean, just like an absolute meltdown. And there's no offense, man. Reed Shepherd got squeezed, only played 21 minutes. Ime Udoka throwing... You got Ime Udoka publicly throwing his team under the bus, saying they're playing like selfish offense. Then you have KD privately throwing his team under the bus and via DMs, right? Aren't those Houston and Orlando situations past team constructs too? Yeah, I mean, like Rockets no guards and Orlando a gulf of big men. I mean, you say that, but Orlando, a glut of big men. I mean, Wendell Carter Jr. is a serviceable big man when you have Paolo, Bane, Black out there. I mean, I guess they were without Suggs in those games, but I don't know. This is bad, though. I mean, it's inexcusable to only 15 points in the quarter against a Knicks team. They just choked, man, and they were turning it over. Like, it was just sloppy-ass play. And Thompson did it a couple of times down the stretch. KD did it a couple of times down the stretch. And they're now 34 and 21. The Knicks somehow played bad basketball this weekend, barely getting by both of these teams and pick up 2 Ws. They move to 36 and 21 and stay on the Celtics' heels. Let's go back to Saturday's scores. We don't have to do every single game, but let's see if there's anything else. We mentioned the Suns. Just quick, we kind of already talked about this game. This was the game Dylan Brooks broke his hand. Shout out Jalen Green. Jalen Green, finally back, man. He played both games of the back-to-back. Was pretty limited last night, but played 37 minutes in this double OT game. Hits the game-winning triple. Only 2 for 11 from 3, but hit it at the buzzer to win this one. 113-110. That was a pretty fun game for them. Back to Saturday. We mentioned... Dude, Philly still without Embiid. He misses both of the games in the back-to-back. Maxey was good again, 27-7, and he had 5 steals in this one. But somehow they lose by 15 to the freaking Pelicans. Good news here. DeJounte Murray almost back. DeJounte is almost back. However, still without Trey Murphy, who's missed 2 games in a row now for the Pellies. This was a fun one, though, for New Orleans, as Zion was incredible. He had 21, 8, and 6 in 33 minutes. And that was on the back end of a back-to-back. Sadiq Bey had 20. Queen had 10 and 9. DeAndre Jordan starting basketball games had 15 rebounds. Like, what is going on, man? Also, we had a pool party. We haven't had a Jordan Poole sighting in forever, and he had 5 triples, 23 points, and 5 dimes. Pelicans get their 16th win of the year. Sixers split the weekend there. We also had Detroit, man. Detroit's so good. Detroit's so good. Cade was on pace to just do some crazy shit and then slowed down. He had 18 points and 13 dimes, 9 boards, also had 3 blocks and a steal. Duren is back. Welcome back, Jalen Duren. He had 26 and 13. Chicago, Giddey with 27 points. He turned the ball over 5 times. Otherwise, would have had a nice, really good performance there. But Pistons just keep beating the teams in front of them. Dude, let's look at the Spurs, bro. Wembenyama, look at this shit, man. Wemby, dude, in 30 minutes had 28 and 15, 4 blocks and a steal. He was great. Castle at 18 and 8, Fox 18 and 5. I do want to shout out our guy Maxime Renaud, 16 and 12. I don't know what to make of this. I don't know if DeRozan hates the Spurs revenge game. He played 35 minutes. That was kind of shocking. I thought the only minutes that we could trust here were Keegan Murray. Malik Monk also played 28. I don't know, dude. We'll talk more about the Kings here in a second, but good win for the Spurs. And then let's just quickly look at Friday, see if there was anything we missed here. Cavs beat the Hornets in a fun one, 118-113. You had the Wiz and the Pacers. Jesus. Heat got a big W. That was their only game this weekend. They won by almost 30. You had the Timberwolves got a win. I just want to see if there's any big games. We saw the Nuggets score 157. The Clippers lost to the Lakers there. Let's look at the standings. Let's look at the standings as we get into some time. DeJounte Murray. It sounds like Murray's going to be back this week, honestly. Sounds like DeJounte's returning this week. I want to start on the Western Conference because the Spurs, man, I think they really are going to have a run here at the 1 seed. They're still 3 games back, 2 in the loss column. They're winners of 8 in a row right now, 9 and 1 in their last 10. The Nuggets here, as I mentioned, they've been struggling, 4 and 6 in their last 10. Now they're in the 3 seed. They have a half game against the Rockets, who have also been sucking, who have a half game lead over the Lakers, who have also been sucking, who have a half game or are also tied with the Timberwolves, who have also been sucking. And now the good news for the Wolves, the Lakers, and the Rockets is there's nobody coming to get them. Did I say the Warriors? The Timberwolves, Lakers, and Rockets. The Suns, who are the next up in the 7th seed, they're without Booker for a little bit and Brooks now for a while. The Golden State Warriors, I'm not convinced they're going to make any run. The Trailblazers have now leapfrogged the clear, and they're ahead of the game. I actually thought the Blazers had a chance to catch the Warriors, but Warriors keep sneaking W's. So I think this is clearly our 7 to 10 seed, and the real jockeying here is going to be happening between 3 and 6. The fact that only 1 game is separating 3 from 6 is kind of wild, but it does mean that these 4 teams are going to play each other in the first round. So we might get anything between Denver and Minnesota, Denver and Lakers, Denver and Rockets. I think if you are fighting for the 3 seed, it is really important here I think it's really important to secure the 3 seed because I think we're going to see who the Lakers are going to fall to the 6 seed, and I think the Lakers are the most flawed team. Actually, that's not true. I guess the Rockets, I'm not scared of any of them. I honestly think that there's kind of a gap here between OKC, San Antonio, Denver, and Minnesota, and then I would go OKC 1A, San Antonio 1B, Denver, if healthy, 1C, but right now they're not. So there's a little dip to then Denver, and then a small little dip to Minnesota. That's what I would do. And Minnesota just gives us some of the worst fucking basketball you'll see, but they rattle off 5 wins in a row. So I don't know what to make of it, but I do not trust the Lakers, and I do not trust the Rockets the rest of the way. So I think you want that. I think those top 4 are all going to advance. And I don't see Phoenix, Golden State, Portland, or the Clippers really beating anybody in the first round. So it kind of feels like, me personally, I'm taking OKC, San Antonio, Denver, and Minnesota all to make it to the second round, as long as they don't Denver, Minnesota play each other. That's what we will see. Regulators said the Lakers should be the 8th seed. I know, it's just the rest of those teams. The rest of those teams suck. Phoenix is not, it's not happening. It's not happening. And if we go to Tankathon too, I know you're not going to see this, but just to look at the teams with the worst schedules the rest of the way, you still have Denver, OKC, and Minnesota with the 3 toughest schedules. Boston 6th and Detroit 7th. Portland, Clippers, and Cleveland all with some of the easier schedules. So are the Bing Bong Boys. So that's where we're at there. If we go to the Eastern Conference here, Pistons stay with the best record. And I kind of think Detroit might finish with the best record, considering OKC still battling some injury stuff, right? So Detroit, 5.5 game lead over the Celtics, who have a 1 game lead over the Knicks. I just mentioned that the Celtics schedule gets a little hairy, but they also, I'm assuming, are going to get Jason Tatum back. Jason Tatum released episode 1 of his documentary. He was in an Amico commercial. It sounds like he's coming back somewhere between March 1st and March 8th. I don't know. Somewhere between. In the next 2 weeks, he's going to be back. The thing that I get excited about the sooner he gets back is there is really, and I promise I'm going to talk about other teams, not just the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference. But if they are able to have 6 weeks to, whether he starts or come off the bench, right? Tatum plays 18 to 20 minutes. And then week 2, it's 22 to 24. And then by the time he's up into the postseason, he could be at a full 30 minutes. I'm assuming he won't play back-to-backs or anything like that, but you won't see back-to-backs in the postseason. And even if it is 28 minutes, you're just taking that from Baylor Shireman, Ugo Gonzalez, maybe a few from Nemi, a few from Vooch. All of a sudden, man, this team becomes really fun. And I know Boston sports media is going to be like, yeah, but is that going to fuck with the vibe? Because Jaylen Brown is the real alpha now? Who's the alpha? Only Bait has asked that question. And I just think, I think this is just it's a huge get for the Celtics team, who is already on pace for 50 wins without JT. The Knicks and Cavs both have easy schedules here, so I do think they are going to make it a little funky here, but that's going to be your top 4. And the Raptors seem pretty cozy there in the 5th seed, and if it wasn't for the easy schedule of the Celtics and the Cavs and the Knicks, I would have said maybe the Raps have a shot at top 4, but they feel at the 5 seed. And then the Magic, who we've been shitting on, saying they need to fire their coach, have not been healthy, are just a half game out of getting themselves out of the play-in. Charlotte Hornets, who, still 7 in their last 10, draw a couple of tough games. They have Atlanta a few times this week, I think. They're a half game behind Atlanta for that 9 spot, but they're now 4 games back from Miami, and that's creating enough distance. It's going to be hard to get them into that 7-8 spot, right? Maddie in the chat saying after the Pistons' next 6 games, their schedule gets much easier. And I know for Boston too, they have a weird stretch here. I think it's next week where they go on a little road trip. Maybe it's in 2 weeks where they're on the road at Cleveland, on the road at San Antonio, on the road at OKC. So it's going to get a little funky. And then DJP asking if Embiid's back. It's still day to day. It sounds like he's getting closer, but it's still day to day. As Maddie was just saying, Detroit's schedule is a little tough for the next 6, and then it shrinks up. But right now, you can tell Weisberg's getting ready for the 2nd consecutive year to make a case that the Celtics are actually going to catch the 1 seed, which they won't. They won't. Hornets have finished playing Hawks this. Oh, they won the season. Who was it? I know the Celtics play the Hawks twice. Oh, Miami that you play a couple times this week? I thought you played somebody in that range a couple of times. And then Milwaukee's still looming there, but I don't think we see Milwaukee actually bring Giannis back, even though they were joking about doing it. Let's pop into tonight's stuff, man. Tonight is some really gross shit. So we have 3 games tonight, and one of them is awesome. It's on the clock at 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock on the clock. I've got my Wemby, Cade, cruising the streets. How about that little Ursher for you this morning, huh? How about that? Let's do a mental health check. That was too much. The snow's getting to me. Let me do a little mental health check. But I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. You can't know it. We got Spurs and Pistons, and that is really fun, and that's good because what you can do, you can watch that 7 o'clock game and then go watch a rom-com with your significant other. You could go do something else. You don't have to watch those late games because it's Kings Grizz and it's Jazz Rockets. Though actually, there is some reason to watch Jazz Rockets because if Houston loses to this game, they could set fire to Houston. They could just set the city on fire. Pistons and Spurs are relatively healthy tonight. The Pistons are still without our boy Beef Stew. Still no Beef Stew in this one. But that's it. Everybody else good to go. Jaylen Brown, I mentioned, played 28 minutes in his first game back, having 26 and 13. That'll be a fun matchup against Wemby. One thing I will point out, B-Ball Paul, I thought he was going to play less in this, but he played almost 20 minutes in that game against Chicago. Curious how many minutes he gets tonight. Matchup's not as fun because even if you don't have Wemby, you have Luke Cornett. So that's not great. I don't know what else to do with that. Pistons being fully healthy, just give me Cade, give me Duren, maybe some Toby late. On the Spurs side of stuff, they're without somebody named David Jones-Garcia. They signed Plum Dog Millionaire for a little bit, but he's still out. Lindy Waters is questionable. Castle looked great. Spurs like sneaky deep now. Like Devin Vassell's only playing 23 minutes. You got Julian Champagny playing 26, 27 minutes. Luke Cornett playing 12 to 15, depending on how many minutes Wemby plays. Keldon Johnson playing 20 minutes. So it's like hard to find like value in those Spurs spots. I kind of just focus on the big three and then maybe take some shots elsewhere if you're in the underdog streets. I'm excited to watch that game, though. I was surprised how high that total is. That feels too high, in my opinion. Kings and Grizzlies. Now, this is like, okay, here's my take for tonight. What if the Kings try to win? So Sacramento has lost, I think it's 16 games in a row. Let me go back to the standings here. I know you can't see this. I think they are 0-10. Yeah, lost 16 in a row, right? They are 12 and 46. So they're 4 games clear of the New Orleans Pelicans, 3 games clear of the Nets and the Pacers. Maybe they try to win tonight. DeRozan, I mentioned, played a bunch of minutes in that last game. I don't know. We'll do that in a second. Weisberg. But do the Kings try to win? Like at some point, do they try to win? I'm just trying to figure out some angles for tonight. If not, it's back to Maximo Redo. Nick Clifford's been playing a lot of minutes. I don't know, man. But the Grizzlies, on the other hand, tonight, the Grizzlies are without so many people, too. The Grizz are without their Kyle Anderson is doubtful. I kind of think Scottie Pippen Jr. is getting suspended tonight. It hasn't happened yet, but wait and see. Him and somebody named Myron Gardner, I think that's his name, they got into it. They were running around yelling at each other in the last game and starting to fight. DJP, Russ is the only one not playing regular minutes, so I'm nervous. Like, Malik Monk played 7 more minutes than Russell Westbrook in the last game, so I don't really know what to do with Sacramento. But maybe they try tonight. But anyways, Scottie Pippen, I think, is going to get suspended. Kyle Anderson's doubtful. They were without KCP for the season, Brandon Clark for the season. Coward's already ruled out. Aldama's already ruled out. Edey's out. Morant's out. So, I don't know, man. They got a guy named Lawson Lovering playing 30 minutes. Walter Clayton's playing 25. Ty Jerome's been insane in limited minutes. Ready? Ty Jerome's last 4 games. Let's do last 3 games. In 19 minutes, he had 19 points, 7 dimes, 3 boards, and 2 steals. In 20 minutes, he had 19 and 7 with a steal and a block and a board. And then in 22 minutes, he had 17, 6, and 4 with 2 steals. Ty Jerome is so crazy efficient. I also want to shout out Olivier Maxence Prosper. He's played 22 minutes, 29 minutes, 25 minutes. I don't know. Maybe it's OMP on a short slate, you know? I think. I don't know. And then last but not least, let's get to the Jazz Rockets. It looks like we've got, what's his name? Lauri Markkanen. I think he's going to play basketball tonight. He's got a big P tag. Now, I don't know if we can trust Jazz P tags, but he's got a P tag. Keontae George, who's also missed 5 or 6 straight games, I think, he is questionable as well. But that's a good sign. They've been ruling him out ahead of time, so maybe he plays. Yusuf Nurkic has been ruled out. I don't know. I don't know what to do with any of this. Just like dog shit stuff. It's just real dog shit stuff. I think Collier's minutes might get clipped a little bit if Keontae comes back. I think Lowry, and maybe you can play. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. I'm not going to do a 4-man draft tonight, but if you want to catch up on Bagel with Locks, if you haven't seen today's article yet, I'll drop that into the chat. I did a little bit more of a breakdown. And then, yeah, let's go check in. So our best ball teams officially advanced today, which is very exciting. I don't think it has yet, right? I don't think they've officially done it yet. So it looks like, as I pull this up, so the website BBMDB is off by 1, because according to Underdog, I have 39 of my 150 advancing. 39 of my 150 advancing as we hop over here, which is kind of fun. Ooh, excuse me. So 39 teams of the 150 got through. I think that's like 26 or 26, 27%, something like that, which is pretty exciting. What is brutal, I was looking at this last night before like the last game started. We had, actually, let's check this on BBMDB. And then I can check on some of your teams too. We had, let's go see it. So, I shared the wrong thing. Sorry. We had a bunch of teams in third place, I think. All right, so let's refresh the leaderboard. So, yeah, it's off by 1. I have 39 teams going through. This says 38. How many third place teams? We had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think we had 15 third place teams, which is kind of brutal, but very exciting to see that many teams go through. My highest scoring one was 14,772. And what's really exciting about this team here, and I'll show you. So we got, for our guards, we got Maxey, Hero, who just came back, IQ, VJ, but DeJounte, who's just back, which is kind of fun. Because Keyshawn is going to be a 0 the rest of the way. That's one of the problems with advancing, like some of these guys who helped us get there, like a Keontae or a Keyshawn, is we just get cooked. We get cooked now when teams are tanking. All of those Jazz guys are kind of useless now, but they help you get across the finish line. We got Trey Murphy, Randall, Wiggins, John Collins, and then Jarris Walker. But the fact that we get DeJounte through is fun, and then we have Jokic, Zion for our bigs. What's kind of crazy, if we look at how many teams, so of the 38 that advance, 10 of them are Jokic teams. I actually thought that was going to be a lot more. I want to see what my highest, let's see, Keontae. 14. I actually thought that was going to be higher too. But very successful first round here. I'll be excited to look at the pods tomorrow. Let's see how my boys did. Let's see how Mike Weisberg did. Let's refresh that. Weisberg getting 5 of his 30 through. Highest scoring 114-4. Is it a Jokic team? Jokic, Sar, and Huff. All right. Spida, Poole, Keontae. Oh, Bradley Beal, that hurt. I know. I got a lot of Bradley Beal too. KD, Trey. That'll be alive. Colin Murray, Boyles late is kind of fun. So 5 out of 30. Let's see. Matty Harrison. Is it just M. Wesley? M. Wesley 13? There we go. 22. All right. You got 22 teams alive there. That's fun. Your highest scoring team, 14-6. You got of course, you had Jay Ivey, RIP, Chicago Bulls. Man, concerning quotes from Ivy over the weekend, too. Spicy P, Randall, MPJ over there. You got a Jokic, Sar, Queen. Man, Queen was really sharp. I wish I got to more Queen. Let's look at Magikarp here. Magikarp with 38 of the 150. That's fun. His highest scoring, 218. We got 14,000. We got a Maxey, Reeves, Pritchard. He's got a DeJounte, too. Respect. Man, the Jimmy Butler stuff is going to hurt people, I think. And then who else do we have? We could check our guy, NBA TST. TSTs, I pluralized. Oh! I pluralized and then almost printed. Let's go. Let's check that again. We've got 16 out of 65. There we go. Respect. Pretty good stuff, though. Pretty good stuff all around. I love it. Anybody else I need to check in the chat? Anybody else? You have 4 of 8 going through. There we go. Take a look. I did, baby. That's a wagon, Maddie. It's a wagon. 5 team advancing. All of them are Jokic teams. Yeah, a lot of Jokic teams. Honestly, though, the way this works, I mean, obviously, so many Jokic teams advance. I think you actually become a little bit more unique here without Jokic, I think. All right, I'll Channel 13 Fun Limited. All right, I'll look you up. Channel 13 Fun Limited. Let's refresh. 4 out of 8. There we go. Highest scoring, 14,778. All right. Giddy, Maxey. Getting Giddy back is interesting. Shaden Sharp, DeJounte, and Walter Clayton. That's kind of fun. Trey, Kawhi, Ace, Jovic, Kling Kong. Man, this is a fun big room. Yosh, Kling Kong, and my name is Jonas is real fun. Real fun. Some good stuff. Hey, this was a successful. Kawhi. Let's look up our guy. Kawhi DFS, right? How did our guy Kawhi? Nope. Is it just Kawhi? Let's try it again. 32 out of 150. Okay, my man, 21%. Let's go. High scoring 5'11. Shout out Kawhi. I think a successful best ball round one, though, right? Kyrie, Kuz, Hero, not a lot of depth. Yep, Kyrie not coming back. I mean, Hero coming back, though, is kind of nice. And who knows? Kuz might get some more garbage run. Let's do a dance. Let's do a playoff dance here. I know it's going to say dog bowl on this, but let's jump into the dance. Let's jump into the dance. Let's do a playoff one. I think I've done 40 so far. I've been having fun in the dance. Although I'm getting a little bit nervous about some of my exposures here. I can show you guys what I've got so far. Yeah, we've done 46. Okay. So this has got 45 in it. Through the 45, we got a lot of Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball. That's my favorite 1-2 punch late is grabbing those guys. A lot of Aaron Gordon, a lot of Tatum. I've got a lot of Nuggets and Celtics, but 40% Tatum is fun. All right, let's just jump into one. To the dance. To the dance. To the dance. Let's do one. Just a reminder, too, here, for the rest of the day and the week, we'll have, we got Dan Rose in the chat. Let's go. We will have the NBA Bit Monday through Friday, I think. I think we should have it every day this week. Maybe we take a day off. Who knows? Bagel with Locks Monday through Friday for sure. Dog Bowl qualifying is Tuesday and Thursday. Live Before Lock returns to normal times here Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. So we're going to try to get the Cavs on the book. Scheduling's been brutal. Weisberg, I feel like Scoot's been good. I've enjoyed the Scoot experience so far. I think he's been solid. I don't know. How have you guys been feeling? Portland is kind of interesting, man. I think they're going to be a little frisky. I don't think they're like, I think they get into the 7-8 spot, like they make the playoffs. I don't think Portland actually cooks, but you know what I wanted to plug for you guys too? We're starting a fun little project here. There's nothing on it yet. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh wait, why is it not showing up? We're starting a new Substack here, and I'm doing it with my guy Frank March. Oh, it's not popping up here. Let's see. Here it is. Here we go. So it's just coming soon right now. It's just CelticsHub.Substack. I'm going to share the link in the chat. But yeah, I'm doing it with my guy, Frank March, and it's going to be more community-filled thing. So if you are a Celtics fan, it is definitely Celtics geared. But if you are a Celtics fan, go check that out. And if you want to like create some content too, it's going to be a cross publication stuff. But it's going to start out just Frank and myself, but we'll have some other opportunities. We've enjoyed kind of putting this thing together. We've been working on it for about a month or so now. So go check that out if you haven't done it. All right, we might call it quits and not do a dance here. Let's do a different contest because this is taking too long to fill. So we'll do one for tonight. Let's do a Monday Night Hoops. So if you're in that one with me, I don't think you were, but if you were in that one, get out of that. These are only 4-person drafts tonight, which is kind of boring. Boring, but whatever. We can have some fun late. There you go. You got a Mobley team. Yeah, I think that's what makes the advancing fun. And now it's 2-week playoff runs, right? So round 1 is going to starts tonight, goes for 2 weeks. It's actually going to be, round 2, starts tonight, goes for 2 weeks. What's fun about that is that will advance. The last night of that will be while I'm sweating the Dog Bowl final, which, just a reminder, so starting next week, right? We'll have no show next Friday, no NBA Bit Friday, Monday, or Tuesday. I also don't think we'll have Live Before Locks on Friday and Monday. Maybe I'll find a guest host for Live Before Lock for you guys. Maybe we'll do that. We'll get some guest hosts. We'll make sure we still have a Live Before Lock. But I'm going to be in Los Angeles, going to take sometimes I try to make it work, but that Friday night I'm going to be at the Lakers game. I'm going to Lakers Pacers. I'll do a write-up for you guys still on Bagel with Locks, just no show. No show. All right, let's get into this draft here. So, I mean, it's such a clear Wemby Cade. I really like Şengün tonight against Utah. Just kind of a soft interior defense, especially with no Yusuf Nurkic. So we'll take Şengün too. Yeah, maybe Weisberg. We'll make Weisberg do it. We'll try to get Weisberg and somebody else. One Turner Gobert team, but that team is dead because it has SGA and Steph. I mean, SGA is going to be back. I guess you're going to miss out on. I wonder how many SGA teams advance. You can actually check on that website, by the way. You don't have to. You can search by player. So out of all of the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander team, 853 of 3,100 SGA teams advance. Wow, interesting. All right, we'll take the Goon Squad here. Goon Squad. Let's go, Goon Squad. And then I don't know. We have live before lock. I was gonna say maybe I'll be bored and we'll do like a happy hour later, but we are doing a happy hour later. It's just in board format. Wow, Jaylen Duren. Okay, so they went KD Amon. I literally think this is my first Duren share, so excited to get some Duren. Look at Maxime Renault lately, by the way. 22. Okay, 38 minutes, 28 minutes, 39 minutes, 27 minutes. He's been solid. I like our Frenchman. I think I'm gonna be a little light Isaiah Collier. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided what I'm doing with Collier yet. Because, like, I got to go back and look at that most recent game against Memphis, but he only played 25 minutes. And that was and that was without him. Yeah, the Jokic thing is crazy, man. 60% is nuts. 60% is nuts. All right, I like the Keegan stuff. I don't think everybody else does, but he played 31 and 35 minutes. Again, this is a good matchup. Just needs the 3-ball to fall. So I'll be drafting Keegan Murray. Might be on an island here, but it will be Kegel's season for me. And then I've been getting... Dude, G.G. Jackson's been fun, dude. I mean, he's still only playing like 28 to 29 minutes, but I'm still going to take him. I like G.G. I really like Ty Jerome, too. Again, I kind of think we see Scottie Pippen Jr. sit. Maybe Ty plays full. I don't know. I hope he does. That would be fun. It would be fun to just get ahead of Ty Jerome. Also, like, Lowry might be okay. Like, what would you rather have? 26 minutes of Lowry or 31 minutes of Asar Thompson? You know? I don't know what to do with it. I think we're just going to keep drafting Lowry if he's there. And then the DeRozan thing is interesting, too. So 30 minutes, 19 minutes, 30 minutes, 19 minutes, 34 minutes. Kind of feels like he's playing 19 minutes tonight. But again, I kind of think they want to win. I also think it's fine to draft Scottie Pippen Jr., by the way, even if he doesn't get, like, even if he gets suspended, it's fine to get a swap there. Damn. I don't know what to do here, man. This is fucking gross. I guess Ace Bailey's playing 30 minutes regardless, so I don't know. Maybe we get some Ace Bailey love. But it's a Houston, too, which I don't love here. We're going to just go to OMP in this last spot. Probably. I want to pay attention to what everybody else is doing in the 6th round, too. See if we learn anything. Yeah, I think so, man. I think we might see it. Well, yeah, it's kind of nice. If you're thinking that 12% Giannis teams get through, and what did we say the SGA one was? 27%? Man, there's a lot of teams that are kind of cooked for week 1. But if he's back for the second week, maybe they survive, you know? All right, so JTM, sharp player, takes DeRozan and Tobias. I'm going to take OMP here. I'm just going to keep doing it, but I'm curious what everybody else does, and then we'll wrap up. And I'm going to go shovel again. It's truly insane, man. The snow is still coming down. I took the dog out this morning, and it's up to his belly. He had to be like a deer. He was like prancing and dancing. How many JB teams? Yeah, I can check Jaylen Brown. That's going to be a high one, too, I would imagine. Jaylen Brown, oh no, only 7%. All right, let me see how many Jaylen Brown teams I got through. I got 3 Jaylen Brown teams through. All right. So when Pippen Jr., Dylan Harper, like the Dylan Harper call late there. All right, dogs. We're gonna keep hanging out here in a little bit, and we'll be back for live before lock. Glars is saying Asar has more upside for stocks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Lara only playing 20 minutes regardless. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, Asar hasn't shown us upside in a while either, but yeah, maybe that's too much box score watching for your bro. Stay safe out there in those snowy streets, unless you're not in a snowy area. Then just like enjoy not being in the snowy streets. We'll be back at 5 p.m. live before lock. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys later. We out.